Hello there everyone, how you doing today? I hope you're all well. Today we're going into r/Let's Not Meet to read some Reddit stories about real people being stalked or having close shaves with could-be murderers in real life. If you enjoy, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Man in the airport. A few weeks ago, I was in the Denver airport. I got to the airport way too early for my flight. Out of convenience, I walked to the terminal with my bag and suitcase to get some exercise, checking for options for food. I decided where to get lunch, and my food got, and swiftly walked back to where I had decided to sit. I stopped at my decided seat, facing a window, and set my food down, taking off my backpack and kind of turning around. I noticed this man standing close to another man sitting in a chair, behind my seat in the next set of chairs. Thinking they were together, when I sat down, the same man walked over to the doors in front of me, a little to the left, and stood facing the camera box, his face only inches from it. Weird, I say. So I take notice. He walked off but came back quickly. At this point, I'm taking more notice, checking his hands to see if he's touching himself or trying to take a picture of me. He is not, he is just standing there, nose literally almost touching the door. He disappears and I am enjoying my food. An employee begins approaching me. I pause my podcast and greet him. He is obviously coming to speak with me. He asks me if I know the man and points towards the door he was standing. I answer, no, I do not know him. The employee, okay, so I just want to let you know that he was following you. He had followed me through over half of the terminal. The employee said he saw the man notice me and basically take off running after me, and the employee followed us. The employee said he tried to cut in between the man and me, and that the man sped up so that the employee was unable to get between us. According to the employee, when I sat down, the guy sat behind me, and when I turned around, he stood up and jumped over to be standing beside the other guy, when I had thought that they were traveling together. When I sat down again, he came and stood in front of me, facing the door, paced off back to the other random guy, and then back to the door. He ran off when the employee came over to talk to me and asked if I knew the man. The employee had been watching where he went, walking off into a shop. He was going to see what was going on, and that if anything else happens, to please alert an employee. Another employee, I think more security type, came to chat with me and just make sure I was okay. At some point, the man behind me, the one that the man stood next to, also piped up that it was strange, and he had been alerted to the man's movements and standing so close to him. During this, the original employee came back and let me know that he had boarded his flight. From the time this employee first approached me until the man boarded his flight was about only 10 to 15 minutes. That's all this all took place. To the man in the airport, let's not meet. And here is our next story. Jiggling Doorknob. This happened a couple of years ago in Grants, New Mexico. I have since moved to a different state. It was July of 2023 and my family and I were about to leave on a cross-country trip to a family reunion. We lived in a single wide trailer with an added-on screened porch. We had gotten up at 4 a.m. so we could make our destination at a reasonable hour. I went outside and positioned our minivan so the trunk was just a few steps away from our porch steps. I loaded a couple of things when I got the urge to go to the bathroom. I knew I was going to take a while, so thankfully I locked our front door. About 5 minutes into me using the bathroom, my 7-year-old daughter came knocking at the door, telling me someone was at the front door. At first I didn't believe her because she likes to try and pull pranks on me, including trying to get me to believe someone's knocking at our door when no one is there. I told her she wasn't fooling me this time and she explained,
No, someone's wiggling the doorknob.
I left the bathroom and rushed toward the front door, and sure enough, somebody was wiggling the doorknob trying to get in. In my deepest voice I could muster, I yelled, "Hey!" And then the jiggling stopped. I quickly went to my bedroom where my wife was. I told her what was going on as I looked out our bedroom window that was above the porch stairs. I did not see anyone leave. I grabbed my pistol and I gave it to my wife and told her to watch me out the window in case I get jumped. I grabbed a bat, turned on the porch light, and looked through the peephole. But no one was there. I went outside by our van, just underneath the window where my wife was. But I still found no one. I searched our whole property with a flashlight, but they had somehow left me without seeing them. They didn't take anything from our van even though the trunk was wide open. We told a friend and the authorities who kept a close eye on our property while we were gone. To the person who tried to enter a home at 4 a.m. after seeing a minivan with car seats, I hope we never, ever meet. And that is the end of today's video. I know it's shorter than usual, I'm trying to take it easy today. If you want some more of my creepy content, I have a horror story playlist if you wanna listen to some of that. Now, I will see you all next time. Bye bye.